Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you guys here. Hope you guys have been having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a particular anime that came out last season called Higehiro. After being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. It's a fantastic anime, beautiful art. The music was fantastic. The story was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It does hit that kind of taboo of an older man, having some type of not really interest, because Yoshida did a pretty good job not being like interested in a love sense, but more like in a father sense, obviously. But obviously, over time, you kind of watch a relationship evolve, and there's a lot of instances where you could notice that Yoshida does care for her, maybe romantically, in some instances. But for the most part, they kept it very PG together, and I thought, well, one of them kept it very PG. Sayu was, early on, she was a little bit crazier, but overall, I think they did a very good job balancing out the characters. They worked really well, and I really enjoyed it. And then, obviously, this is just gonna be like a little, not like a super long review by any means, but just give you guys my final thoughts on it. I just finished episode 13, and I also read the last the last bit of the light novel to see if the endings kind of match up, and the endings absolutely match up. It's pretty much the same exact thing, so don't worry about that. I know a lot of people who finish the anime might be like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, the light novel basically ends like that. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning right here if you guys haven't finished it yet. um 3, 2, 1. Okay, so basically, they do end up living together again. I think that's like the whole thing at the end. They just end up together. In a romantic sense. I mean, there's not too many details that go into that, but I think it's into that. I mean, it's been 2 years. She's 19 now. He's, still 10 years older than her at this point, obviously. But she is of age now, so and she did finish school, which is nice. And I think they do have romantic feelings at this point. I think it's okay. I mean, she's not a teenager anymore. She is a grown woman. I mean, it is a 10-year difference, but she's a woman. She could make the decisions that she wants to make, right? So, I do think that it ended off very well. Overall, I think the cast of characters were full of personality. They were very fun, very exciting characters. Again, the story was just all over. Some of the parts that I was not too crazy on was Sayu's backstory. I thought Sayu's backstory could have been just a little bit better, right? In the sense of, how she reacted to certain things. But at the same time, when you're a teenage girl, or a teenage dude. I mean, I made a lot of stupid decisions. I ran away a couple times, obviously, in my younger years, for certain situations. But I think that's like the sense of it, right? And I think Yoshida was kind of understanding of that. Instead of trying to send her straight back home, I think he understood in a sense that this is kind of normal behavior for teenagers. Not for everybody, obviously, but a good chunk of people go through this in their normal lives, where you run away from home for certain situations. And her situation was very sad. Sayu did go through a lot. If you look at it like in a more logical standpoint, you could kind of write off that she didn't, like, it was kind of silly that she did all that, right? That she ran away. But in a more emotional standpoint, I feel for her. I definitely feel for her. The thing that happened with her best friend was very tragic. Basically, everybody kind of looking at her in the sense that she was the issue and then she was the problem was very sad. And I definitely feel like she deserved a lot more. I will say that right now. She deserved a lot more, but I believe that Yoshida helped her, get that much more. I mean, she was able to go back to school. She was able to be cool with her mom again, and even they show you some instances where the mom, brother, and Sayu were eating together. So definitely Yoshida played a huge part in that, and I definitely enjoyed it very immensely. And I do think it's a very good anime to watch. I highly recommend it if you guys haven't watched it already. You'll definitely tear up sometimes. I promise you, I teared up quite a bit actually. And it was just overall a very, very fun anime to watch. It explores a lot of different, it explored a lot of very touchy topics of grown men going for these younger girls and taking advantage of that. And Yoshida was not one of those guys, and it could have easily turned into that, but he did not. And that's definitely something I really, really enjoy about his character, and I definitely really enjoy that. They show you instances in the past where Sayu had to do sexual favors for a man just to be able to live in a house, to have a roof, and she's 17, and that's a hard, it was very, that those type of moments were very, very hurtful, to kind of watch something like that. And I think they did a very good job having her evolve, and I'm very happy that she was able to get the closure and the happiness that she deserves. She was a very good character, and I just really enjoyed it, man. You know, and yeah, it was awesome. Overall, very awesome anime. Highly recommend it. If I had to give it a solid rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give it an 8. I think an 8's fair. Sorry about that, my stupid pop up here, but I think I would give it a solid 8. There was some things that I probably would have wanted. Like, for example, there was an arc that they skipped out on, which was Yoshida's ex-girlfriend coming and working at the office. They skipped that, and I feel like that would have been very interesting to have that in the anime. But they just did decide to kind of overlook that. Some things felt rushed. In some instances, a lot of time passed. I think what was it? It was like half a year. And obviously, when you're having a 13 episode anime, there's going to be like instances and things that you're going to have to skip out on, right? So that was just one thing I wasn't too keen on, that some of it did feel a little bit on the more rushed end. So I was a bit unfortunate on that regard. But other than that, I mean, everything was really good, dude. I mean, it was a phenomenal anime. I mean, 8 out of 10 for me is very high. Highly recommend watching if you guys haven't watched it already. And that concludes my little review. I don't want to go into too many details. I mean, I did go into a good amount of details, but however, it's just kind of first glance little review. Again, animation awesome, voice acting was good, story concept was good, and everything overall was a very solid anime. So let me know if you guys enjoyed it. I definitely want to know your thoughts and opinions if you guys watched it. And yeah, man, so you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for the support. We're on a road to 50 subscribers, and it'll be absolutely fantastic to have you guys along for the ride. All right, you guys take care now. See you later. Bye.